should also take steps to stay healthy in these crazy winter weather conditions. Ed Ullmann of the Phoenicia Pharmacy is here with some good info on vitamin C and D in this week's Wellness Report. Let's take a look.
Welcome to CatskillsAir's Wellness Report. I'm Ed Ullmann. Today we're going to talk about two very important vitamins, vitamin C and vitamin D. And these are especially important as we move into a season of more viruses and flu and everything else that we're going to be experiencing during the winter months. First, I'm going to start with vitamin C. The chemical name is ascorbic acid. And vitamin C comes in many different forms. We are most familiar with it in tablets, but it also comes in powder, which is your highest absorption, comes in liquid. It is also available in extended release of capsules. So there's many different ways to provide it. Sometimes there's additives like rose hips. And so each manufacturer might have a little bit of a different formulation. But the basic thing is that vitamin C, and it's really kind of interesting, this was the first vitamin in the United States that they were able to produce chemically. And this happened only in 1933. So that's why now, because it's produced in a low cost, it's able to be mass produced. And the essential thing, number one thing, obviously we use vitamin C as an immune booster, but it's mainly a nutrient that we need for the repair of our tissue and for the formulation of collagen, which is a protein that our body needs, our joints need. And it also is involved in the production of enzymes, hormones, and many other neurotransmitters and many other parts of biologically of our body. Now, what I think that I generally recommend to people that vitamin C, the best dose to do is to be taking it 500 milligrams every 4 to 6 hours. It's water soluble, so it leaves the body very quickly. If you're in an acute situation, I highly recommend you take it every 4 hours. You can increase the dosage beyond 500 milligrams, and if you do, your body will, if it's too much, you'll get diarrhea, and that's your body's way of saying back down. But do not be afraid to increase the amount of vitamin C. Could be 500 milligrams every 4 hours and maybe 1,000 milligrams at bedtime. And it does have just a great opportunity. It's an antioxidant to help boost the immune system and to help you protect you, especially from viruses. We find that that vitamin C has been probably tested more than any other vitamin, so there's empirical evidence of its effectiveness. Now, we go to vitamin D. Vitamin D is very different, and I can tell you through COVID, I have highly recommended that people increase their doses of vitamin D. And why? It's because we're finding that the immune boosting capacity has been very strong. And so we have now seen individuals, and how it comes in international units. So the max that I would ever recommend is for someone to take 5,000 international units. Most vitamins, multivitamins, will have just 400 international units. It also comes in micrograms as an equivalent to the international units. But in general, the dosage is going to be from probably 1,000 international units to 5,000. Why we have to be careful with vitamin D, it's fat soluble as compared to vitamin C being water soluble. So fat soluble it accumulates into the fatty tissue of the body, and so you don't want to get toxicity or overdose. For anyone that has been deemed to have a vitamin D deficiency through a blood test, the doctor will generally give 50,000 international units for the individual to take once a week. So that's the kind of doses that we have. There's two sources of vitamin D. There's vitamin D2, which is where we get that from our plants. And then there's vitamin DE, which is the more common way that most of us get vitamin D. And this is sourced from animals. So many of the foods that we take are really high and rich in vitamin D. Fish oil, which also have in eating fish, eggs, milk, and then of course we are aware that we do get vitamin D from sunlight. Again, less sunlight during the winter, less vitamin D. But don't rely on the sunlight for your vitamin D source. It's just not that much as compared to what we're now finding is the benefits for vitamin D. Now, other than an immune booster, what vitamin D tries to do is to increase the intestinal absorption of calcium, magnesium, and phosphate. And there's many other biological applications for vitamin D, but those are the more important one. And then what vitamin D tries to do is to partner up with calcium, and then to help that with strengthening of our bones. And just the opposite, if you do not have enough vitamin D, you're not going to be able to get enough calcium into the bones, and your bones can get brittle. So we just got to be a little bit careful. And then the one other thing that you might see is that vitamin D can be coupled with K, vitamin K2. So many products will have both of the vitamins together. And the reason is that the vitamin K2 helps accelerate the transport of calcium into the bones and our teeth in particular. So I encourage everyone to take both vitamin C and vitamin D as supplements, and to boost up both if you are in a crisis of a flu, or you have COVID, or you feel that you've been exposed to an environment where you could get sick, or you're starting to get the common cold in particular. And the vitamin C, push every 4 hours, water soluble. Vitamin D, no more than 5,000 international units a day. Hope this gave you little facts on two important vitamins for our body.
Thanks, Ed. And if you need to know more about what vitamins to take or have other questions about staying healthy, stop by the pharmacy for the public good on Main Street in Phoenicia for a free consultation.